Welcome to the Journey Chez Chem. Well, today's pretty exciting. Even though it's just a pencil paper lab, we still love lab. So we'll have to answer these two questions in the warm-up very quickly so that we can move on. Number one is asking, what is resonance? Well, resonance is when we have equally valid diagrams that represent the molecule, and the actual molecule is an average of those diagrams. For example, when we have SO3, sulfur is in the middle with 6 electrons. Oxygen has 6 electrons as well, and this oxygen has 6 electrons. And this oxygen needs to be double bonded. Now, I could have chosen any of these 3 oxygens to double bond, and therefore, that's how we get the resonance structures. Oops, sulfur and double bonded oxygen. So we could have also drawn it this way, or this way. And all 3 of these diagrams are true. Therefore, the actual molecule is an average of these 3. That is resonance. In number 2, it's asking for the 2 characteristics that determine if something is polar or nonpolar. And the first one that we look at is symmetry. First, we look at symmetry. If the molecule is perfectly symmetrical and the pull for the electrons is equal all over the molecule, then it is considered to be nonpolar. If, however, it has an unequal balance of charge and one side is more negative than the other, that would make it polar. And the 6 shapes that follow the octet, if it has a lone pair, then it would always be polar because it has those lone pairs are very, very negative, and that side of the molecule would be negative. The second thing we look at is the electronegativity. Have to spell those things out. Differences. And when the difference is greater than 1.67, it's considered to be primarily ionic. If it is less than that, it is considered to be primarily covalent. Now, no matter what this difference is, if you have a metal and a nonmetal, it is always ionic, no matter what. But this is a guideline that helps us to know if it is mostly ionic or covalent. Now, you're going to be able to do the lab. On the lab, as always, you have to turn in a formal report where you have the title, the objectives, and then you have a data table. And in the data table, you are going to have the formula, the dot diagram, the line structure, the shape, and the polarity. So you will set up a chart with these structures. And the first one is hydrogen. And remember, hydrogen is a diatomic molecule. And then you work across to get these answers. Now, the only thing I need to tell you is that we are going to talk about C6H6, which is benzene, in a few days. And then you'll be able to fill that out before it's due in. Then also, boron is an exception in that it satisfies with 6 electrons. It does not require an octet. Only 6 are required. And therefore, you'll find out how you have to draw that. Well, I wish you all the best. I know you'll do well, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.